Scientists, what's going on? This is Nick Werth once again, and today I'm going to be breaking down the second piece from my Rhythm of Conscience series for you. Without further ado, here we go. I've got my metronome set at 108 with a subdivision, and because this piece doesn't have quite as many substitutions as the first piece, the challenge in this piece is going to be how we handle the
duple to triple
relationships and transitions. So, measure one. Let's take the first two beats. We've got a Swiss leading into a low Hertha with the flam accent on the E of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. The tricky part is the sort of flamadiddle release. It's a
left, right, left, left
that leads into the release on count 3. Okay, next two beats, we have this 3 and then a 30-second note paradiddle diddle that starts on the E of 4. Just those two beats. 1, 2. Low release, my bad. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, put those beats together with the first two. Here's the whole first measure. 1, 2, ready, and. Last time. Okay, so notice in the 3 E, I'm trying to keep that motion and the rebound constant, connecting those syncopated accents. Measure 2, first two beats. We've got another 30-second note paradiddle diddle off the left hand, starts on the and of count 1. Accent release this time on the E of count 2. Low left flam on the of 2, accent release with the right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Last time. As you can see, I need some new sticks. I don't know if you can see how whittled away they are, but yeah.
Dire need of new sticks.
Anyways, next two beats. We have para flam tap, but the flam tap has a little emphasis on the second part of the double into a flam attack roll, flam accent on the E of count 4. Last two beats of the measure. 1, 2. 1, 2. Last time. 1, 2. Alright, put those together. This is entire measure 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The tricky part is the transition from measure 2 into measure 3, because you have those two 16th note diddles, and then you immediately switch to a triplet 7-stroke that even goes into beat 2, half of beat 2. So let's try this. Let's try the last two beats of measure 2 with the first two beats of measure 3. 1, 2. Low flam release with the left hand. 1, 2. Yeah. So when we come out of that pair of flam tap, we have that emphasis on the second part of the double. I'm using that to kind of
spring into
the accent attack of the roll on the E of count 4. 1, 2. Okay. Last two beats of measure 3. Low flam attack, accent on the E, sort of a flamenco style rudiment with a diddle on the that immediately goes into a sextuplet. So tricky little transition there between the 16th diddle and the sextuplet. Here's the last two beats of measure 3. 1, 2. Accent release, my bad. 1, 2. Okay, putting those together with the beginning of measure 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's take the last two beats of measure 2 and put that
Together.
with the entire measure 3. 1, 2. Measure 4. We've got a pattern in 7. It's in 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2. So we have this accent, accent, tap, flam, tap, and then we do the same thing off the left, except the last flam tap, the left, is transformed into a low 16th triplet. I'm going to play the entire measure 4. 1, 2, 3. Low release. Last time. Alright, simple enough. Measure 5. Low 5 stroke attack. Accent and flam on the leads into a low 7 stroke. Accent on 3. Let's just take the first half. Measure 5. 1, 2, ready, and. Now the last half of measure 5. Flam drag into a low invert with just
Subtle emphasis.
and then another flam drag, low release on measure 6. Here we go, last two beats of measure 5. 1, 2. That's pretty tricky, so I would maybe take out some diddles if you're having trouble with it. Alright, just get the feel of what the hands are doing. Figure out what your right hand's doing, what your left hand's doing. Alright, that would be my approach to
Dissecting.
that rhythm if you're having trouble with it. Here's the entire measure 5. Okay, measure 6. This is my part of the entire piece. These paradiddles with the 30-second paradiddles with the accent on the second partial of the paradiddle, to me they're actually more like flam drags. I'll explain why in a moment. I'm going to play this measure with flam drags in place of the 30-second paradiddles. Take this slow without the mat. Do it again.
Almost played a paradiddle.
Now, the reason why I associate these paradiddles with the flam drags is because if you take the flam and you open it up enough, it actually becomes two 30-second notes, as long as the
Grace note
is actually
on the downbeat.
kind of a strange, backwards, roundabout way of looking at this rhythm.
But that's how I'm thinking of it.
Again, we have a special transition from the end of measure 6 into the measure 7. We have a 16th rest on the attack of measure 7. We want to rebound across that rest. We want to connect the and accents of measure 6 with the e and accents of measure 7. Here's the whole, I'll just do the whole measure 6 into the first two beats of measure 7. Last two beats of measure 7, pretty simple. Just keep the 16th triplet nice and open and be patient for the last accent. 1, 2. Low release. Okay, and I attach that to the beginning of measure 6. Measure 6, measure 7, low release. So I really like the challenge of having to change gears so quickly when you go into those slow, double-stroked 16th triplets. You really have to slam on the brakes to control the speed of those. Last measure.
Nice, slow, fat triplet roll.
That starts on the upbeat of 1 and releases on the upbeat of 3 with this drag shot on the E of 4 left-handed flam accent release. I'm going to take the whole measure 8. Okay, if I attach that to measure 6, here's our ending, last 3 measures.